Hey everybody, it's Strict9 with Strict9 GP, and welcome back to another episode of my Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2020 playthrough. Still in my first season with the Penn State Nittany Lions. Moved over to this team after coaching the Austin Peay Governors in the Ohio Valley Conference for 3 seasons. Really looking forward to this one. I think this is going to be a really fun challenge to turn this team around. And already we're seeing some positives, or I'm seeing some positives. I'm knee deep really into the recruiting, and I thought this episode I would go through mainly recruiting. We probably won't get into starting the schedule or anything like that, but I think just kind of revisiting recruiting now, since I'm on a team that, even though their prestige level is low, just to give you a look at that. 2 prestige for the team, but 4.5 prestige for the conference, which is really good. Being in the Big Ten, of course, they've got a great history of national titles, and just, they're going to be in the mix every season. So recruiting is going to be a little bit different, and I'm already noticing that. But like I say, recruiting, if you have to get a hold or a handle on recruiting, I think, to really do well at this game, unless you're just really deep into the everyday managing of the team, and the games, I should say. And I'm not really getting as much enjoyment from that. So I'm going to try to look at this kind of like, if you're comparing it to other sports sims, it would probably be like being a GM on a baseball team, like an out-of-the-park baseball. It's kind of the way I'm handling it. I'm trying to get the right players together that have some good ratings, that match the kind of style of play that I'm practicing for, and I've got my strategy set for, and see if we can build a championship team that way. Some of the things I've done since that last episode, we've advanced into the next season. We're into August. I'm doing some recruiting here. But I have set my depth charts and strategies in terms of the kind of offenses we're going to play and practice for. But I'm not going to really focus on that this episode. We'll probably do that the next episode when I get started into the regular season or the non-conference schedule. But I wanted to go over a couple things here. So for recruiting, we're thin in 2 positions, point guard and center. And we only have one. I don't know if it shows me here or it's going to show me on the recruiting players menu. We only have one scholarship to offer this season. So last episode where I left off, we were just into the transfer period, and I went through maybe a little bit of that, but didn't complete it. And so offline, I got a little bit more aggressive with that, and I was able to pick up a point guard here who is Nigerian. He's an international, although he was playing for a college in the U.S. This guy has a 3.5-star overall rating with that potential, but he is going to be, I think, a good point guard. Once his redshirt period is over, he's not going to be able to play until next season, so I won't see him this season. But I really think this guy could probably be the starter for us a season from now. He has great athleticism. He's a good ball handler and passer, good outside and free throw shooting. So I think he's going to be good. And he's, not to go too in depth again into strategy, but I'm really looking to run a motion and high post. Those are 2 of the things I'm really hoping to run on the offenses this year, and he's proficient in motion for sure, so that's good. It's just I'm going to have to wait another season to get him, and I guess that did cut into the amount of scholarships that I have to give out, but I thought it was worth it. It's going to be rare to go through the recruiting process and pick up a 3.5-star player, so I think he's going to be worth the wait, hopefully anyway. So what that means is, with that one scholarship to go with, I've got to go with centers. I mean, we've got two guys here, one a walk-on, one a freshman this year with 4-star potential. I'm going to hope to give him most of the play time at center this year, but man, he's got a lot of room to grow, but he's going to have to really start growing quick because his actual ratings right now are not good. Outside of maybe drawing fouls and inside shooting, this guy's he's not there as a player. So going to be a tough year, I think, with the centers. But with recruiting, what I'm looking at right now with these centers is just to kind of give you an overall look at recruiting. This is what I've learned now with 3 seasons into the playthrough that I've been running and just playing a little bit longer than that outside of the playthrough. The key things that you want to do is you have to look at the calendar here. When you're in the recruit players screen, you'll be able to look at it and you'll see these different periods. And depending on the period that you're in, it's going to kind of outline what you can do in recruiting. So right now we're in the quiet period. That allows us to call the recruits, watch game film, and we can host a recruit for a campus visit. Of those 3 things, hosting the recruit, I think, is the biggest. You're going to get the biggest bang for the buck. But the thing to realize with that is the further they are away from your campus, like if you're trying to get some out-of-state recruits, it's going to cost more. So you have to factor that into recruiting or into hosting those recruits. But in terms of the call recruit, what you're generally trying to do is you're looking for pitch areas. And I'll give you a look at it here in a minute. You're getting the pitch areas from these recruits when you call them. You're finding out what means the most to them in terms of what they're looking for in the college they go to. And so you want to use that information to go back to the most important period, which you only have the contact period 3 times throughout the course of the year. You can visit the recruit at home, and this is where you visit. You're the head coach. You visit the recruit and his family at his home, and you make your pitches based on what you found out from those phone calls. So, for example, if you're recruiting a guy from your state and his most important pitch area is he wants to play close to home, and you double that with his parents, you've called and got some information from his parents, and their most important factor in choosing a college is to have their son play close to home. That may be the pitch area that you want to go for when you visit him at home. You're only able to choose one pitch area when you recruit at home. Or if you're looking at what I'm finding from some of these guys and what's making a difference being with Penn State over Austin Peay is if you've got guys who one of their most important factors in looking at a college or the most important factor looking at a college is conference prestige. Well, we're 4.5 stars. We're one of the most prestigious conferences in the nation. That would be my pitch when I go to visit them. And that's where you really turn these recruits into not just, recruits that are interested in your school, but that's where you get the recruits to do the signings or give you the verbals if you give them a scholarship. So that's the overall goal when it comes to recruiting. So when I look at the centers here, I've got a few guys that are already warm. And for the most part, these are 2-star and 1-star recruits. And on top of that, they're mostly from Pennsylvania. So what I'm going to try to do between now, which is August 14th, and this next contact period, well, really the first contact period of the season, I'm going to try to get some more information about some of these 3-star recruits so that I can visit them and pitch them. So we've got a couple guys here for Pennsylvania, which is I'm going to focus on this period. I don't know much about this guy at all. He just came on my radar within the last week or so, but he is one of the better recruits, I think, if not the best recruit in state. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call him and see if I've got any interest. I do, and see what's important. And I always like to go with school location first. It's his number one priority. So when I visit this guy, I've already got that pitch to make to him. We're in state, we're going to be close. So I want to find out about conference prestige, and a lot of times, all right, they're tired of talking. That's okay, because at least I got that much. I also want to watch film on this guy because I haven't really been scouting him much so far. Haven't gotten much information on him. All I know about him is that he has knowledge of the 1-2-2 zone attack, which is pretty basic offense. I also want to get the next guy, Mike Butler, who is a 3-star center recruit. Not going to be as good as the last guy, but I've already found out that his location is a big factor for him. So let me give him another call, see if I can get some other pitch areas out of him. I want to see if conference prestige is. It's not a big concern. He lost. Let me see what his parents talk about. So they don't have to worry about money, so I guess that's a good thing. And now, some of these other recruits I'm working on, Rufus Fisher, another guy who location is about all I know of him. Conference prestige is not that big, but it is big for his parents. So that's one of those things when I go to visit him, if I do visit him, I may pitch conference prestige, and see if his parents have a lot of sway into his decision. So let's go ahead though and see if I can get more information on what he's looking for. I want to go for program facilities. It's very important. Prestige is not very important to this guy at all. Playing time, let me see. It's not going to factor. So he's kind of all over the place. But I think with the good thing I think about being with this school, if I look at facilities even, we're B minus. Could be better, could be worse. I think that's still something coming from Austin P. Everything's going to look better, but I think that's still something I can pitch. B minus. I still think that's good enough. You couple that with where we are in terms of conference. So now let me take a look at Brett Ohl, guy I've been working on quite a bit. I don't know how much more I need to get from him. One of the things though that scare me is after the camps, there's 2 layers too of like the scouting you're able to get. So you start out, you buy a scouting report for your region or multiple regions, and it gives you kind of an overall or a scouting look at these guys. It'll see how they match up in the region and overall. And then you go through the camp period where there's different regional camps or summits, however you want to look at it, that these players are invited to. Some of these better recruits are invited to, and then they come out of there with recruiting reports and scouting reports. So it looks like this guy has taken a big dip. He was a solid 3-star when I got the scouting report. Now he's at 2. I still think he's worth recruiting, in case I'm not able to get some of those 3 stars, but I've already had him visit. He's tired of talking, and so I'm not getting a whole lot from him lately. Rufus Fisher, he's moving up after the camp, so of the 2, I would probably want to get him more than the other. So I think I just called him. So I'm going to watch film on all these Pennsylvania guys. I want to call Bibby here too, because he's another one that just kind of came up on my radar. I've still got a few things to get in terms of prestige or pitch areas from him. Let's see what academics. Not going to factor in playing time. All right. So they probably need the scholarship. That's good. All right. So I'm gonna watch film from him as well. And let's see, Brian Alexander. I'm not sure if I'm going to get him. Location is really important. He's moving down in the position. I'm just going to put a hold on recruiting him for a while. I'm going to watch film on these guys again down at the bottom just to get more information. And I think Juan Williams, Clinton, he's another one from Maryland. I could pitch him conference prestige. I'll look at his size, 7'3", 276 pounds. I'm going to call him again to see if I can get some information on his parents. So he needs a scholarship. And, yeah. I'm going to watch film on him again just to see. What I've found we're not in his top 10. He doesn't shoot many. See, this is what I'm talking. You'll get this. Tom had a decent yet not spectacular showing at the Big Apple. That's why his ratings went down. By contrast, though, I think I'm going to watch film on him too. He's an outside chance, except that his location. He had a decent showing at the Big Apple. Butler, no notes on him yet. So I really have just started I'm going to host him, and that'll help too. See what he likes about the school. One of the good things I'm finding too about being with Penn State, every campus visit that I've had here has gone well. I'm not seeing any that have been overwhelming, like where they're just blown away by the school, but there have been no negatives. With Austin Peay last year, a lot of times, I would say the majority of the visits where I wasn't impressed. And that's something that I think makes a bigger prestige team conference easier to recruit with. So Mike Butler campus visit. Again, this is pretty much what I'm seeing. He wasn't blown away, but it wasn't negative. And taking a look at how that let me see, Butler. We're still not there, but I gotta work on this guy. I think he's the best, along with Juan Williams. Those two are the best options for me to in-state. I'm gonna give him a call here, get some pitch information from him. Team prestige, it's at the bottom. Playing time. Man, how about let me just keep going. And then, I don't know if I got anything from his parents. Man, they're very wealthy. Yeah. Okay. So Butler's going to be one that I visit for sure. I'm in the quiet period right now. Quiet period again. Call, recruit, watch game film, and host him for visits. Juan Williams, he's been here. I'm going to watch film on him. Let's see what he looks. We're still not in his top 10. All right, I got to keep working on him because, I need this guy to be. Let me see. Have I talked about his parents? So money's not a problem. Pitch areas, conference prestige. It's not that big on his list, and okay, so I pretty much got everything on him. So I need to probably start narrowing down the pitches. Okay, now McClinton, we're on his top 10 now. Man, he still says that location is one of his tops, but conference prestige is his top. He's gone down a little bit in the recruiting after the showcases like the Big Apple Showcase. Let's see what else we need to get. Playing time, going to factor in. All right, that's all I'm going to get from him this week. Okay, so now let me go. Is Barber? We're in his top 10. He's one of those who's also moving down, but in the list. But he is, he's still a 3-star recruit based from my scout or my coach who scouts. So let's see if we can get more information from him. I want to get coach discipline, school location. Man, that's the one I need to get. I'll have to get that next call period. And let's see if there's anyone else here. Bibby. we're fourth on his list, so I think that's good. Bibby, I want to watch film and I want to dial. And pitch areas, program facilities. Okay, general information. All right, we'll give him a break. So that's all the call time I have for this week anyway. So now we're getting close to the contact period. And I really, just from my experience, I do think that that's the big area here. So we're in the next week. Man, McClinton is moving up on our list. We're fifth on his list now. I mean, his athleticism is not that great. Shot blocking is not that great. He's a C overall. He's going to give you pretty decent defense, scoring, outside shooting, which I don't really need from a 7'3" center. I don't know. The rebounding and the blocking, that scares me. I mean, I think even though he's got B for defense, I don't know. That bothers me a little bit. I'm going to watch some more film of him. Let's see if I need to get... No, he's tired of talking. Now, Iacona is another one. He's on our list. I mean, this guy's C overall, but shot blocking, rebounding, just a little bit better. I want to call him, watch film, and we want to get program facility. He's not talking. So let's look at these Pennsylvania guys. So Juan Williams, I really need to get him on my list. I don't know what the deal. I like him better than any. Juan Williams and Mike Butler, I like them better than any because I think they give me a well-balanced play from the center. So Juan Williams, I need to get something from him on his parents, so I'll start out with that. Man, that was kind of a wasted call, but I'm going to watch some film on him. And then Mike Butler, we're yet to be there on his list, but I'm going to keep working. So what do we need to get from him? We need to find out more about what his parents are looking for. This is going to be tough. So his parents, Lehigh and Villanova, are the alma maters. Juan Williams, they may not have gone to school, or we just don't have that information. But Butler, watch film, call, pitch areas. I'm about out of everything to get from him. I'm going to try to get his parents' information. All right, so that's probably all we're going to get. So now let's move down from the 3 stars. I'll look at this guy too. So one of the other guys who was out of state and interested, did I just call him? I think I may have. We're 9th on his list. Yeah, let me give him a call. Luke Iacona. So program facilities, playing time. All right, that's all I'm gonna get from him. And I think we're running out of call time, but I wanted to get Bibby back in the mix here because I like this guy as a backup if I don't get some of these 2 stars. So let me see if I've got enough call time so that I'm going to watch film and I'm going to give him a call. And we need to get playing time, discipline, and that's it. I'm out of... All right, so now let's go ahead and advance. One of the things, too, is, we're still 50,000 plus on the budget. And I realize now could have, this season anyway, since I only have 1 scholarship, I could have possibly gone through and spend a little bit more on the assistant coaching because I do have a lot more money to play with. But now we're still in the quiet period, but I'm already seeing those 3 stars. We're losing interest. So Pennsylvania, Brett Oll's back up to a 3-star. I'm going to watch film, and we're second on his list, so that's good. That's really good. He would be. This is the way he was rated when I first started scouting him. So he's going to be a guy that I visit for sure. Skill location, it's important. Discipline, academics. Okay, so that's good. I think we've got pretty much everything on him. Brett Oll, McClinton, we're 6, but I'm going to give him a break this week. Iacona, where's the other one? Juan Williams, man, he's down to a 2-star now. So it's just I still got to work on him. So watching film, dialing. I don't have many pitch areas to get from him. Playing time, I'm not going to get it this week. And then there was another one, Bibby. We're 4th on his list. He's C overall. Size, he's not that big. Maybe he'll get bigger. But 2-star, I'm going to work on him. And pitch areas, I really don't have any pitch areas to get from him. All right, so we're on his list. So now, I mean, the out of state ones, Iacona, I'm going to keep him in the mix because he's got some good balance to him. So watching film, giving him a call. I think I'm almost I've almost got his full list of pitch areas. And then Barber, we're 7th on his list. He's also a good size, pretty balanced. I just don't know if we're going to get him from out of state, but is he better than Parks? We're 5th on his list, so let me give this guy a call, and just to make sure he's in the mix as well. Coach discipline, man, can't get anything on these guys. Let's try. So that was Parks. Let me try Barber. Man, come on. Let me get school location. It's okay. So he wants to play close to home. I think that's going to be the toughest one to get over with those out-of-state recruits. We are still 5th on his list, though. All right, so let's advance. We're getting close, I think, to the contact period where I can actually go out and visit, and that's what I want to do to end the episode. Just give you an idea of what that looks like and how big of a difference it can make. So with the contact period, you can call, watch, game film, host recruit for campus visit, but this visit recruit at home is key. So what I'm going to do is McClinton, I don't want to invest in him this first round. I do think there's some good things about him, but like I say, the rebounding and shot blocking being F, scares me a little bit with his size. But now, Oll, if that's how you say his name, Brett Oll, his defense is B, his rebounding is B, his scoring is B, good inside shooter, pretty good size. I really like this guy more than anything. So I'm going to watch film just for the heck of it. Now, I can pitch him location, school prestige, coach discipline or conference prestige. I'm going to go ahead and pitch him. Gosh, that's a tough one, but I think I'm going to pitch him conference prestige first, right? Now, Barber, where's the other? Juan Williams is another one that I'm really interested in, even though he's moving down a little bit. I'm going to pitch him location. I'm also going to put get some more time watching game film. So where is location? And then, so I got all. Now Bibby, we're already fourth on his list. Let me give him. Now Luka Iacona, man, we're way down there. Location and coach discipline are big on his list, but gosh, Barber, we're seventh. Barber, I like him a little bit better than Iacona, so I'm going to visit the guy. Now, it's going to cost more to visit him. Location is big. Coach discipline, gosh. I think I need more on Barber. I need one more good pitch to know what he's looking for. So let's say, is playing time something? I can't get anything from him. So let me skip him. I want one of these guys who I know, like Brian. We're 8th on his list. Location is good, but conference prestige is good. So I'm gonna go visit this guy, and it's gonna cost a little bit more, but I'm gonna do conference prestige on him. So we got one more visit we can make, and let's see. Johnny Parks, we're 5th on his list. Is that the one I just set up to visit? No. I think I will go and visit him with conference prestige because I think that's important. Just get it out of the way, and then if this doesn't influence him, then we can probably move this guy off the list, to be honest. But I'll call him just to see if I can get some more pitch areas for the next time. Okay, playing time is very important to him too. So if I get to visit him again, I might pitch him playing time that second time. Now, have I gotten everything from him? I need some more information from his parents. I hope maybe I'll get that on the visit. I'll just save that. So I'm out of visits that I can make. Let me call him and see if playtime is a big issue. It's not a big concern. All right, so we're getting about as much as we're going to get from these guys, it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead, advance, and this is still, I think, going to keep us in that contact period, but this is, I think, the key. If you get the guys interested at this point, you can potentially get them early. So let's see what we got here. So Johnny Parks, so it really hit home for him. Brian Alexander was really impressed. Juan Williams was really impressed. Brett All thought the visit went really well. We're into the scheduling as well, so that's something I'll have to do. But let's take a look at what those visits did to those 4 recruits in terms of where we are on their list. So Brett All, we're now 2nd on his list. That's key. Now, we visited him, and I think I forget what the pitch was, but we could go back and visit this guy again with a different pitch. Barber, moved him up to 7. Not a big boost on that one. Johnny Parks, we're 2nd for him. I need to find out more about his parents. He's from Maryland. Would he be able to move? Go here from out of state? That would be a key thing to know. Yeah, I may have already got. We're in his top 3. I don't. Man, we're his top pick, and this guy's moved up in the ratings quite a bit. We're on a short list. I want to find out more about this guy because, this is what you're looking for, is to get these guys committed early is nice. But is it worth giving this guy a scholarship right now? I don't know. It's possible because we got a guy here who's rated C overall, but A in inside shooting, B in outside shooting, B in scoring, rebounding, defense, shot blocking, all C. So he could potentially even grow above that. I don't want to lose these recruits, and I think that's another key factor here. Is you have to kind of time it. A lot of it I think is probably just intuition, but you're going to have to time it. So when they're that interested in your team, you're their top pick, is it time to just pull the trigger? I mean, this guy would be, overall, he is 370. So he's not the best center recruit. In the region, he's 61. No, he's 16. Nationally, he's 61, but he's moved up. That's pretty good. I think that would be a really good recruit. I mean, I think I'm going to offer. I know it's early, but we'll see. I mean, I may be regretting this, but I'm going to offer this guy, and then I'm going to work on the other guys on the side in case he doesn't agree, give me a verbal or a letter of intent. But you can also revoke the scholarship if you had to. I don't really want to do that, but if, for instance, if you go through the season and his recruiting, that's where it gets a little bit risky. We're way too early, maybe to commit to some of these guys. But I just, with Austin Peay, I noticed that sometimes if you get them really interested and you don't commit, then they back off and they start losing interest, and I don't want that to happen with a 3-star recruit. So if I get him, I would be happy and just close it down and not even worry about the rest. But McClinton, man, I don't know why. I love the guy's size, I know, but I don't know why all these other things scare me. I mean, I don't need a center who's a good outside shooter, but I will keep working on him as well. But it's probably a good place to leave the episode. I will go through a lot of this offline and come back for the next episode. We should be ready to get into the schedule and start playing some games. But hopefully this will give you a good idea of what recruiting looks like in this game. I think I'm getting a little bit better handle on it. It's key and it's tough. Luckily, this year, just having that one scholarship, it's a lot easier to manage. When you have, like with last year with Austin Peay, I had 6 scholarships available. It gets really tough. And so this is a good year probably to go a little bit more in depth on recruiting and show you kind of how it works and how I feel like it's, what are the key things that I've found to be, to put into recruiting to have some success, and hopefully you get something out of it. But as always, I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Still thinking about possibly some other programs, some other games to showcase. I just kind of got into this game, and I've been playing some other things offline that, I don't know, some other strategy games that I don't know if I really want to start playing those on the channel yet, but we'll see. But for now, I'm going to keep going with this run. Might introduce another game within the next week or two. So if you like what you see here, stay tuned for that. And otherwise, I will see you next episode. Thanks for watching.